starting this video off, I just want to go ahead and say, don't trust me. Do your own research, right? Don't make me liable for your death. We don't want you dying, and I don't want to get sued. So, always check things, right? Don't go out touching ragweed like you'll see in this video and, you know, mistaking it for hogweed and getting third-degree burns, something like that. It's dangerous out there in the woods. Be safe, and enjoy. So welcome back to another episode of DHamDIY. In this video, we're going to be fishing and foraging in the fall. Triple F. We got some delicious tea that we made especially for this event. It's got all kinds of great things in it, and there's an ideology behind the tea. We base the tea around building a foundation, right? Because we're coming out into nature for the first time in a while, and we want to build a good foundation for things to come, right? So we're trying to learn a lot about foraging and get a lot better at fishing. So, you know, things like mushrooms and things like roots is kind of our thought process on that, right? Things that come from the ground if you want to build a good foundation. So this tea in particular is very good for like balancing and stress relief, right? Keeping a clear head. So we'll show you how to make that right now, and then we'll get to it. So to make this tea, what you're going to be doing is getting some turmeric root fresh, some ginger root fresh, and I got one of these herbal tea packets as well. It's got Tulsi, ashwagandha, and the Tulsi is, I believe, some blend of holy basil. The tea also has 2 grams of proprietary mix or something. I think it's, you know, probably some special herbs that they're wanting to keep secret. Not anything bad for you, hopefully. And then also some like organic fruit flavors. You're gonna go ahead and take your tea packets. I'm using 3 tea packets for 2 people. And what I like to do is take it out of the actual tea bag and put everything inside of a French press. And I think what the French press does is allows everything to swirl around and really release those beautiful compounds and chemicals that we're after. So I'm going to put everything in here, and I'll show you what that kind of looks like. Alright, so I got all of those in there. They kind of look like carrots and potatoes, funny enough. But now I'm going to go ahead and put in that water, and I'm going to let you see what happens to this over the course of a couple of minutes. Yep. Okay, so we've been letting that sit for a couple minutes now, about 6 minutes. Going ahead and smashing it down. And as you can see, you get a beautiful color, delightful smell, and invigorating feeling when drinking it, right? Perfect for a day out in the woods. We're going to add also some local honey. and give it just a little bit more sweetness, right? The ginger doesn't take it all the way there.
So we got some delicious tea that you just saw us making. It's got a lot of spice in it. We did add a lot of ginger, so you get that kind of nice burn in the throat.
Perfect in the morning. Wakes you up.
Wakes you up. And no caffeine. You know, we really didn't want to put any caffeine in it. We're trying to stay away from caffeine right now. But we're right on the river here, and it's like a brisk mid 50 degree day, so we had to get the fire going. Later on, we're probably gonna be shedding some layers, but as of right now, it's how we're rolling. We're gonna be fishing probably for some catfish, bass, crappie, whatever will bite. Maybe one pole in the water for catfish, another in the, we can be throwing in for the bass. And we know there's mushrooms in the area. It's been really damp and chilly at night, so there's gonna be mushrooms out here. Reishis, turkey tail,
chicken of the woods.
Yeah, maybe some chicken of the woods if we're lucky. We're really hoping for that. Oysters as well. We've seen.
Yeah, we've seen lots of oysters out here. They're starting to sprouting up. So maybe come November they'll be really
be getting at it. And yeah, we black walnuts, pecans, hackberries, all kinds of real good stuff out here. We're under a willow right now. We're actually burning some willow leaves in here, so maybe we'll get some of that. I think it's acetic acid for aspirin. Might get some,
pain
relief. Yeah.
Inhaling it.
Oh yeah. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and enjoy this fire here, get woken up, and we'll start these. So we're gonna go ahead and get started here on the fishing. As you can see, there's a beaver dam right across the river, and we're not sure if that's gonna be scaring away the fish or maybe attracting them. Maybe the poop of the beaver or something. The smell of that dirty beaver in there might attract the fish. Who knows? We'll see, right? So, got a treble hook here and 2-ounce weight on some braided line, and we got some of that pre-packaged bait. Some of that wildcat blood. I wouldn't necessarily say that this is the best way to go. Making your own bait is probably the best way to go, but when you're in a pinch, it stores well. Just don't have too many problems with it. I've caught a lot of fish with it before, so we're gonna use it, and yeah, we're gonna throw this line in. It's pretty deep there, I think. It'll be just fine. All right, so we'll go ahead and turn that back on if we end up catching something.
Oh,
so I think we're getting bites here.
Yeah, something's tugging at it for sure.
I'm gonna be doing some crappie or bass fishing as well. I got a little joker hat with a jig head with one of those little reflective pieces of metal that flap. And yeah, we're gonna be throwing this in the water. Well, I'm definitely getting some bites, y'all.
Oh!
Oh!
Got him?
I think my line just snapped. What happened there? So, being that there's actually a lot of catfish out here, apparently, I'm gonna go ahead and just start focusing on one pole at a time. I do a 2-pole rotation deal when it's when there's not a lot of action, but right now there seems to be quite the amount of action. So, let's go and throw this one out in the water a lot and see if we can get any bites on it. Oh, got something. Hey, we got one. Oh, we lost him. Dang.
Just lost him?
Yeah.
Got something.
Oh, you got something, huh?
Yep.
Look at you.
Dang.
Let's see what you got.
Hey.
'Hey! Oh, yeah. What is that? What is that?
Oh, where are you?
Oh, where are you?
Oh, where are you?
What is that? What is that?
Oh, where are you? Bass?
Yeah.
Woo! Woo! First catch of the day.
First cat. You don't like touching them, do you?
Nah. I got bit by a bass when I was younger. I'm a little.
You're traumatized?
A little bit.
Here, go ahead. You want to hold this?
Yeah. You want to take it out for me?
Yeah. Good catch, Lindsay.
Thank you.
Very good catch.
Learned
You're
from the
making me look bad. As you can see, it got him right there, right on the side of the cheek. He's all good. He's got some sort of bubble on his eye, though. Don't know what that is. Some sort of slime, but.
All right, bye, little friend.
So yeah, big catch. You want to hold him? You want to get a?
How do you hold him?
Just hold him just like I got. Pinch that bottom lip.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm 100% sure.
No, I don't.
Come on, just do it. Come
I
on.
don't want to.
Do it.
No, he's gonna snap me.
You caught it. You got to show your big catch.
He's gonna snap me though.
Come on, hurry up.
He's gonna snap me.
He's
No,
you're
it's okay.
you're making him suffocate. Okay, well, like that. Very nice. We're gonna let him go. Good. Oh yeah, he's just fine. He is just fine. Let's get a shot of this. Let's get a shot of this poplar or tulip tree.
Poplar, specifically a tulip poplar.
Oh yeah.
Cottonwoods are poplars too.
So here we go. Yeah, you can see that channel. How it water will be flowing through that and kind of collect over here and everything. There's probably some sort of low spot right there if I had to guess. Anyway, so we're gonna show you just how beautiful this river is, this creek. We're at a bend here just around the river bend, and we got another bend over here. So we're in a bit of a U shape, but yeah, look at that right there. That's a good looking poplar. We're gonna want to plant one on our property pretty soon. However, we don't know. You know, there's different types, and trying to figure that out. But
They have beautiful white bark.
yeah, real
Reminds me
beautiful,
of
and
a
the
birch.
flowers and everything are real nice looking. So yeah, lots of willows as well. We're under a willow right here, as you can see. Used a lot of that wood and everything.
Some ash over there.
Yeah, and
Lots
check
of
out that
ash,
beaver dam. Isn't
actually.
that something? Yeah, a whole lot of ash in this forest. Ash
See, look,
and
they're all across the riverbank.
ash and elms, man. This is a very ashy elm.
I think they both are like
Ash,
water
elms,
loving.
willows. Not too many oaks, believe it or not.
Yeah, it's because it's near water.
Yeah, it's a
on
real lowland
all
area.
sides.
Got some big action over there. See, we're probably gonna relocate. Ooh, you saw that one.
Whoa.
Yeah, we're probably gonna relocate over further down the river if we're not getting any more luck here. So we'll see how that goes. The sun is coming out. The morning is starting to. So we finished up fishing. We weren't able to catch anything other than those few that came off the hook and the one that Lindsay caught. But it's time to forage. As you can see above us, there is a black walnut tree. And the black walnut gets its name from when the walnuts fall onto the floor and the husk starts to deteriorate, they will turn black. And we have probably easily 200 here, just all on the floor. We cracked one open so you could see what that's like inside. Not too big of a fruit or whatever, but you know, of a nut. But yeah, we're gonna harvest these up and probably de-hull them at the house or de-husk them at the house. And I found when they have this big black husk around them, I found the easiest way to get it off is just to roll it around and then boom, there you go, right? Easy as that. And you can tell kind of if the nut's ready by the husk. Like these over here that are green, I probably wouldn't take those, but like this one right here hasn't had anything done to it and it's, you know, already fallen off. That's a good one. That's one we'd want to take and just roll it and then, you know, it'd be good to go. But the weight of them, so this one's a little bit bigger and this one's a lot smaller, but this one's a lot heavier. And so I know that this nut's probably good, while this one I'd probably just toss it if there's other options out there. And you do have to watch out for the what they call, I think, juglone in the black walnut. It's actually what causes other companion plants near it to die. Some compound in the husk and in the tree and everything called juglone. It's in the husk, so you don't want to be touching these husks too much, or even, you know, biting at them, or, you know, like a coconut, you know, with your teeth trying to get these off. So something to watch out for, and it's best probably to wear gloves as well. And as you can see here, beside the black walnut, an Osage orange. We're gonna go and take a look at that while we're here. Just had the camera die there, but got a new battery in it. Anyway, so the Osage orange, right? Prestigious for its use in bow making. The wood, right? That deep orange wood. Let's see if we can check it out in there. Oh, no. Not so much in the younger leaves, but yeah, you know, very, very hard but flexible wood. And also the horse apples. And how we know this is a hedge apple, by the way, is this. It's almost like a heart-shaped leaf. On some of them, it's a little different. We'll get you these right here. So it's got this weird-looking point as well as thorns. Really easy to mistake for like a mulberry, right? And we have a lot of these around here, so you know, sometimes from afar you'll say, oh, you know, that's mulberry. And this caterpillar damage here really doesn't help because it looks very similar to like a mulberry with silkworm damage on it. But yeah, so we got thorns on it, and it's right next to a black walnut. So I just think that's pretty interesting. Yeah, we can get to check it out here. No horse apples. I'm not seeing any, but tell you what. Ooh. Wait till that wind dies down. So the actual horse apple on these Osage orange trees is very good for, let's say if you're trying to control pests and insects in your garden, grind it up, throw it around, or just leave them sitting around because they are naturally deterrent of insects, some chemical they have in them. You can also use them for dyeing, so maybe if you want to turn something like a yellowish green string, you know, another great option there. Or it might even turn it orange. I haven't actually tried that yet, but that's something that's interesting to note. You want to get a little pan of this hedge apple here. So we got some plastic bags. One-use plastic. Yeah, right. More like two-use plastic. No, but so we will. We're gonna grab a bunch of these black walnuts, bring them to the house. Maybe even show you a little recipe video, something we can, you know, some sort of something we can cook up with these black walnuts. So I'm gonna go ahead and start collecting. That's a big one right there. Woo! Well, that's a real squirrel or some animals chewing on it and got that nut out, or
it's a
maybe
really
it just
cool shape too.
cracked or something.
It's
Yeah,
unique
beautiful,
to
beautiful.
walnuts.
And I think I've never actually seen any other sort of walnut around here other than the black walnut. But I'm sure be wary of different types of walnuts because they do exist. Never take all of a resource when it's available, because you know you share the world with other things, right? With animals and insects. So and you know you got to leave some for the tree to reproduce as well. So you know, 25%, 30% of what's available. Don't take everything. You know, don't be greedy with nature. Funny enough, I think walnuts, the green husk is actually used with that juglone toxic substance. People will mix the walnut husk juice with water and pour it over an area of land, and the worms will come up out of the ground to get away from that toxicity. Wouldn't recommend that, or poisoning waterways and having fish float up to the top. Neither of those are good options or things you should do, but you should be aware of them. Kind of emphasizes what's going on with these walnut husks. All right, so we've got this pretty good haul here. I'll show you what we got. Probably about, I'd say 20 or 30, you know, maybe like 25. We don't want to take any more just because, one, they're extremely hard to crack, and two, it's really cold in this spot. Got the nose running, wind's blowing, so we got to relocate to a sunnier location where we can get out of the wind. So we're walking on the trail. You want to show them this right here? We're finding all these cottonwood leaves, and they're very easy to spot just by that. They're a little like, they got soft soft serrated edges, bit of a triangle shape, dark green with really light green veins going through them, and they connect to the tree in a really weird way, right? Makes them flop around in the breeze. Anytime you see a really tall tree with leaves kind of flapping everywhere, turning from light to dark, you know, kind of doing that sort of thing, you'll know it's a cottonwood. We really like cottonwoods because they grow really fast, and also they grow really fast, and you know, they make a beautiful sound in the breeze. So we're gonna be planting some on our property pretty soon here. Whether we get a cutting from somewhere in the park, or whether we, you know, buy one or start from seed or whatever, we're not sure. But yeah, you want to go and show them this cottonwood real quick? We were wondering, where is this cottonwood? Where is it? We don't see it anywhere, but there's this very big tree right there, and it goes over the canopy.
It's right
and sort of
there.
Yeah, sort of makes everything else look very puny and small.
You
Awesome
barely
trees.
see them up there. You can hear it in the wind too.
And they're, I believe they're related to the tulip tree or the poplar. I believe they are some species of poplar. Yeah, they grow.
They're in the Populus family.
Populus family. There you go. Yeah, very nice. So here's something you probably don't see every day. We believe this is a hackberry. We may be wrong, and you're more than welcome to give a retort in the comment section. But a hackberry, as you can see here, this is a very traditional hackberry. You know, weird acne-looking bark with that green undertone, you know, that green-white undertone. And then we go over here and we have like prism-shaped, like acne scars on it that kind of pop off. If you saw that, really odd. If any of you know what this is, please let me know. I would love to know. I have no idea what's going on here. Like thorns almost coming out of it.
Well, we're thinking that if you follow it up, we can almost see where hackberry-like leaves connect to the very top, but why would they only be growing at the very top?
Yeah, we really don't know. So let us know in the comment section if you know what this tree is, and we'd love to hear from you. So we got Lindsay throwing a fit over this tree. She doesn't care for him too much, but I wanted to include it in the video anyway. The redbud tree kind of snuck up on us here, and we're on the border of a park, so you know, we do apologize for the dogs screaming for no reason, but yeah, there's kind of like ornamental, people brought in type trees, and then there's, you know, native trees to East Texas. Redbuds would be one of those ones someone probably brought in here and added to their landscape. So although we don't have any flowers on it right now, the flowers on the redbud tree are actually edible. Here's a seed pod of a redbud tree, and they have like really just soft heart-shaped leaves. Not too pointy in any direction. Just, you know, get a shot of those right there. Just some average, good-looking leaves. I'm not a botanist or anything like that, but you know, I just like letting you look at them and then make what you will of them. So yeah, redbud, guys, give it up for the redbud.
Boo!
almost cut there to the end. We got some grapevines as well on the ground here. Very nice, very nice. Some good old grapes. Now, whether they're muscadine or what, I'm not too certain, but yeah, some good looking grapevines on the ground. We'll see if we can find any grapes. You could actually fry grape leaves as well. Put them in some olive oil, get them real crispy, and eat them like chips. You know what?
Let's
do
that.
Let's do that.
I was gonna say, that sounds delicious.
We'll
for
add
tonight.
that. We'll add that to the forage for the evening.
Some.
Let's get some big grapevines here. And for any of you who don't know about grapevines, you can just kind of tell. They have this like weird 3-prong on the bottom, like heart. I use heart shape for everything, but for the past four leaves. But yeah, you can just look at it right here. 3 distinct bottom, like kind of things going on, and then a rounded like top of a heart, right? So imagine a heart with like 3 different points. That's the best way to describe it. Now, what type of grape leaf this is, I'm not certain, you know, but well, actually, these are looking kind of funny looking. Let's see if we can find some better ones over here. Because, yeah, the grapevines are just taking over the entire area. Whoa, that is a big grape leaf. Look at that one.
There's some black walnuts around here.
Oh, some black walnuts too. All right.
There's a black walnut.
Yeah, we'll try to fry up some of these in some olive oil at home, and that'll be a delicious, tasty snack. So just a little bit down on the trail here, we have the pokeberry. Supposedly all parts of the pokeberry are poisonous, and all these berries are pretty much gone on here. You can maybe see one that's dried up. They say not to even touch the pokeberry plant, but you know, I think we're gonna be all right here. It's very noticeable by this like dark pink purplish stem going down and then having like alternating berries on it, like a kind of like a stretched out grapevine or something. Also, the leaves, really long ovals. You can see the size of my hand here, stained black from the black walnuts. Yeah, easily if you're new to the gig, it's pretty easy to mistake these as oh yeah, there we go, some pokeberries on there. It's really easy to mistake these maybe for like elderberries or aronia or some other berry like that.
Beauty berries.
What kind of berries?
Beauty berries.
Yeah, beauty berries too. Beauty berries are really like that lighter color though. But yeah, I mean even beauty berries, you know, if you're not careful. So yeah, something to watch out for. Beautiful plant, but wouldn't risk eating it. I've been sneezing like crazy.
Bless you.
Thank you. So here we got, Lindsay actually found this on the ground. We have a persimmon. I don't actually know where it came from. We're looking for the tree right now. Aren't able to find it. But I'm going to go ahead and bite into it and let you know how it tastes. Very astringent. Makes your teeth feel... I don't know if this is the variety of persimmon, but... Or it just might not be ready yet, a little small. For some reason it tasted like those pops, like, you know, the popsicles that cut the sides of your mouth?
Uh-huh.
It tasted like one of those. Just real sweet, pleasant taste, but that astringency is just
It's just probably
terrible.
a young one. It's just a really small one, so.
Could be a Texas persimmon, we're not too sure, but always watch out for persimmons on the trail, guys. Good little snack, good little trail nibble. So here we have an elm tree that's fallen, and it almost looks like somebody grabbed the elm tree and just stretched it. I think honestly it was probably competing for light with all these cedars around it, because cedars are known to kind of block out things pretty well. Yeah, like the bottom of the stem down there is maybe 2 or 3 inches
so
thick,
goes.
and then it gets bigger as it comes out. So no surprise why it fell, but real big leaves here, ovulate leaves, serrated, and we have a central stem, I guess, with really symmetrical veins going through it. Really easy to identify, and elm trees will also have that weird looking seed in the fall. It's almost like kind of like a coin shaped with a small little seed in the middle, like a flat leaf seed thing. We'll put a picture of it up of it now so you can see what that looks like. But yeah, it's always nice to see elms around. You know, the Dutch elm disease wiped a lot of them out. They were really frequently used, almost as frequent as live oaks back in the day, supposedly. But yeah, you know, just you don't see them around as much probably as you did 100 years ago. So always good to know what the elms look like though for identifying and finding mushrooms, because as you know, all kinds of stuff love growing on elms, especially morel mushrooms. We'd be very lucky to find some of those today, but I think they're more common in the spring, so we're not expecting anything like that. But we are expecting to find some different mushrooms. So just beside this fallen elm tree that we had, a massive, gigantic black walnut. This thing spans up maybe 45, 50 feet in the air, and you do not want to get hit in the head by one of those. Always something to watch out for on the trail. And this bark looks really similar to an ash tree. I almost mistook it for an ash, or maybe for a live oak as well, if you know, you get that kind of feeling from the bark. I believe maybe we got some poison ivy growing on it as well.
Here, there's lots of black walnuts.
Yeah, I mean, they're just
around.
everywhere over here. And
Everywhere.
let's go ahead and get a view on this plant right here. We have no idea what this is, and it's everywhere out here. If you know what this is, let us know in the comment section. We'll call this mystery plant number 2, right? So mystery plant number 2, we're finding it everywhere, and we're gonna get some more shots of this for you. But yeah, if you know what this is, let us know. very confused. It has little like white green berries on it as well. We'll find a different one that has some berries on it, but yeah, it's growing up just like a tree or something, like a small tree. So, you know, if you're not planning on using a hedge apple for maybe like an insecticide or something in the garden, right, chopping it up, you could also use it like an ornamental thing, kind of have it sitting on your shelf or something, you know, very nice. Or how about for bowling? Get a view of this. You ready?
And strike. Nice.
Oh yeah. Oh, mushrooms.
First mushrooms.
First mushrooms of the day. So,
Alright.
what kind are we thinking? What kind are we looking like again? So we don't actually know what type of mushroom this is. It seems to be growing on maybe
Willow.
yeah, maybe like a willow tree, like a willow stump. We're gonna go ahead and flip this over so you can see what the bottom of the mushroom looks like, and we'll probably just find out on the line what kind of mushroom this is, and we'll try to let y'all know, because this is a learning experience for us as well. Okay, pretty woody, pretty hard mushroom there. Mushroom find one of the day, and we don't even know what it is. But hey, that's the beauty of going out in the woods, right? Learning and picking up on new stuff every day. Seems like the same willow logs in a different area. More of those mushrooms. If any of you know what type of mushroom this is, just in case we can't figure it out, let us know. Or maybe if we got the identification wrong, let us know. We're not mushroom experts. Here we got another interesting find, and probably about the biggest greenbrier leaf I've ever seen. Now, this definitely is a heart-shaped leaf, as you can see here. These are very identifiable by their thorns on a vine. Think kind of heart-shaped leaves with thorns and a vine. And not, you know, like the grape with the 3 prongs on the bottom. And smooth, non-serrated edges, oftentimes speckled. These are edible, however, very, very woody and fibrous and not good tasting. If you're gonna eat greenbrier, I would always advise to eat the young leaves and maybe boil them or something. Here's a photo of those spikes right there. But yeah, let's keep on moving down the trail. So just walking through, found this overturned cedar and a snake skin on it. Probably from a pretty decent sized snake. Looks like a water moccasin kind of as well. That plain Jane, you know, little scaly skin. Interesting. There's big snakes out here. We really got to watch out. I kind of hope we find one. Not step on one, but find one for y'all to check out and look at. This is your find. You take over this one.
So here we have our mystery plant number 2. Same plant, but this one has these white berries on it. If you want to zoom in right here.
Yeah, let's check that out.
So they're
Kinda look
really
like grapes, huh?
small. Yeah, let me break one open.
Let's see what we got here.
So they're really, really tiny. Break them open, there's like a little cream that comes out.
Interesting.
Can you see that?
Yes.
And there's a teeny tiny, the skin is like the size of the seed pretty much. There's a teeny tiny little seed in it here. See the seed?
Oh yeah, I see it. Interesting. A little like semicircle type deal.
Yeah.
Crescent moon seed.
Yeah, I'd say. This is not a heart-shaped leaf.
Moon seed's actually a plant. I think it's similar to the grape. It can be mistaken for the grape, like a lookalike. So if you're ever out there eating grapes, watch out for those moon seeds.
It's just a very simple, run-of-the-mill leaf. Like I said,
simple.
not heart-shaped, right, Dylan?
Yeah, not heart-shaped. Very
Has
ovulate leaf.
A very prominent vein in the middle, and not hairy or anything, just smooth. So
smooth.
if y'all figure out what this is, please enlighten us.
Yeah, enlighten us. We'll get a view of this bark too. So this is a very bent over tree. You can see here the stem kind of running like that. We'll get real close here to the stem so you can check this out. Here it is, man, all connecting right here. We don't know. Let us know. You can see here all the ragweed that is falling. Very indicative of fall, right? That ragweed will get 8, 10, 12 feet and just fall on over. You know, it's that time.
Wow, there's ragweed that's like 15 feet over there too.
Oh yeah, it gets real tall out here, and it if you have bad allergies like me, your nose is running like crazy and everything in the fall, it's probably because of that ragweed, that late summer fall flower, and it really just chokes out the woods over here in East Texas in some spots. I mean, you can't even move in some of these areas because of that ragweed. Here's the tip of the ragweed. These are probably, oh yeah, we got a little bit of flowers on there still. I think they have little seed pods too or something. I'm not really sure. But yeah, and let's check out this leaf as well. Everybody knows what the ragweed leaf looks like. We call it dinosaur foot sometimes too. It kind of looks like that. Or maybe some marijuana if
oh, here's the
that's
dino
your
foot
preference.
that I was talking about. The
Yeah,
young,
there you go.
younger
Kind of like
leaves.
dinosaur foot. But yeah, yeah, ragweed, very, very like hairy. It's a very hairy leaf. Got a big spider on there as well. We don't want to. Oh yeah, check that out. Check that out. We're not too big on insects, so maybe we'll get into that later. But sticking
I'd
to
love
like,
to start identifying insects.
yeah, I would too. But we got enough on our hands, you know. Yep. So ragweed guys are really cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 little leaflets on the leaf, and
The mature leaves.
Hairy. Lots of ooh.
Look how tall those suckers are back there.
Oh yeah, that's probably what? That's probably 15 feet.
It's actually a really beautiful plant. It's a shame that
It is beautiful.
makes all of us so
Miserable.
snotty. Look at it over here too. It's all bent over.
Yeah, I mean they get pretty darn big. A delicious trail nibble. As you can see here, the hackberry. It's got that real acne-looking speckled bark.
Look at it.
And yeah, let's check it out. Pretty big hackberry. Usually don't see them this here. Get this main trunk right here. Real nice, good looking hackberry on it. And yeah, so we're gonna show you what these hackberry leaves and hackberries look like. So it's very common on the hackberry to find leaves that have like almost like zits or something on it. It's real odd. You found one?
Yeah. See right there.
Oh yeah, this weird looking
Tumors almost.
yeah, there's like tumors on the stems and then on the leaves as well. I don't know if this is a disease or what, but it's really easy to identify the hackberries from these. They got these weird looking like things in the leaf. I don't know what they are, but pretty much every hackberry I've seen has these little things in there. And yeah, anyway, so hackberry leaves, we'll get you another little
Very similar to
deal on that.
pecans. Not to
Yeah,
be
similar to
mistaken
pecans.
to
They're
pecans.
alternate on the stem though.
There's a good little
and,
bumpy one. Just little bumps in it.
Yeah, just oh yeah, there it is. Yeah, you're exactly right. Look at these things. These weird little zits on the
Mini
leaves.
donuts, looks
You can like take them off. You see that? Very odd.
They leave the hole behind too.
Yeah, we don't know what these are. Maybe an insect burrowing into it or something. Anyway, so the hackberries, let's try to find some on here. The birds absolutely go nuts over the hackberries. So it's hard to find them a lot of the times. However, you know, you can get lucky. And if the birds don't mess with them, you can find them even like the next year. You'll see them on the tree. Here's two, a little bit farther gone than I'd like. Here, I got them right here. So I'm gonna go and eat
Those
these.
actually look really good.
Yeah, they look pretty good. I'm gonna eat them here and
Sweet.
so what you do is just you chew off like almost like the skin on the hackberry and then you spit out the seed. And seeds are real hard. You'll break your teeth easy trying to chew those, but
Gives you a little bit of juice, just sweet little
Yeah.
juice. Like a burst.
it almost tastes like a fig if any of you like figs. Kind of like a honey type fig fruit taste.
Molasses.
Yeah, real good. And supposedly the Native Americans used them as a staple. I don't know how, because you really just don't get much from them, you know? You'd have to be eating these things all day long to get any sort of sustenance. Unless you can grind the seed. We'll find that out real quick for you, and we'll let you know. But, yeah, always a great thing to find. Beautiful tree, hardy. And, yeah, just so abundant in Texas. Almost as abundant as pecan trees. So here we have a wild canine. Just kidding. So here as well, we have that, ooh! Here as well, we also have that ash tree. You can see these leaves we were talking about. Look, you know, similar to the black walnut, just some regular ovulate leaves with, you can see here the leaflets, we should call them, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, probably like 5 leaflets on the stem of the leaf, and these seeds that are very similar to a maple. I don't know if these are going to do it for me, but when you drop them, they kind of spin. Well, maybe not that one, but yeah, you can see that here. Ash seeds, and they're kind of different depending on what type of ash, you know, you're checking out. But it's also, you know, it's very similar to the black walnut. Very similar to the black walnut bark. So now we're going to cut into the woods a little bit. We were walking on the trail for a while, pointing out all the things we were finding. We're going to find a good spot to cut into the woods and see if we can find any, hopefully turkey tail. That's what we're going to be going. So we're walking through the forest trying to find mushrooms, and found a glass Gatorade bottle. Look how cool that is. How old do you think that is, Lindsay?
20, 15 years.
Cap still works and everything.
Gatorade is not in glass anymore.
It is
that's
not
for
in
sure.
glass anymore, so
Another thing
very
to look
cool.
up.
Might go for something on the internet. Maybe we'll come back for it.
Alright guys, it's official. There is fungus among us. Anyone? Cricket. So, these are what I believe are like the precursors to whatever mushroom we just previously found. The big white ones. I think this is just the early stages of like the fungus forming and becoming mushrooms, because this looks like a tree that recently fell down. So I don't think it's quite decaying yet. But look, I think come November maybe, these white spots are gonna probably become those unknown mushrooms.
So while stumbling through the woods trying to find mushrooms, we stumbled upon a little patch of goldenrod. Definitely probably why my allergies are going absolutely bonkers, right? So yeah, goldenrod, it's got these really thin, like kind of like bamboo leaves, if you've ever seen bamboo, but they have small striations on them, or serrations. Something to watch out for on the trail. So, on a little tiny branch here, we found some turkey tail mushrooms. Now they're very small, but I think we're still gonna go ahead and take a couple of them, bring them home, and you know, so we can make some tea out of them. Here, you wanna check this out here? You can see those pores and that beautiful turkey tail. Gobble, gobble, gobble. So,
Gobble.
we'll grab a few of these. Obviously leaving some for nature to run its course. So we'll take a little bit and be able to make some tea with that.
Cool.
Cancer fighting properties, all kinds of really good stuff coming out of the turkey tail. So we found it, the grand haul, right? The crown jewel of the woods. Check it out. What do we got there? Reishi mushrooms. And we got some other mushrooms on this, actually, some sort of fungus. What is this, Lindsay?
I don't know. But it definitely is a fungus among us, am I right?
It is a fungus among
Probably
us.
wouldn't poke it as much, Dylan.
Probably wouldn't poke it as much. Good idea. So, reishi mushrooms.
How excited are you?
Very excited. It looks like they're sporing out. They kind of turned, they're like an orange rusty color. So yeah, definitely some spores on there. We're going to take these though, not all of them. We're going to leave some for the rest of the world. But
one does not simply go into the woods, find a reishi, and leave it.
yeah, no, we got to take these. These are some high dollar mushrooms right here.
So good for your health too.
Very, very good for
Medicinal value.
Looked like something was eating on them though. I don't know what, but
Whoever it is, probably healthy.
yeah, well, like a bug.
They're pretty tough, aren't they?
They are tough. Tough little shrooms.
Got the bag?
Yeah, it's in my back pocket.
reishi mushroom in all of its glory. It's got like stems and weird things in it. We're gonna start setting them over here on this side, and we'll keep cutting away at this bad boy. Smells quite lovely.
A little bit floral.
Yeah, a little floral kind of.
Pleasant.
Yeah, there it is. We'll kind of trim away the bad parts or whatever. Ooh. What's that? A little worm in there.
Maybe
We don't
that's
want
who's
that in
eating
our
on it.
reishi mushrooms. Yeah, maybe that was what was eating on it. Got a twig in there, all kinds of weird conundrums. Wow, it's very, you can just smell that reishi. So yeah, usually you can tell what's going on with the reishis by like a dark red middle color, a lighter orange, like kind of thing going on the edge, and then that white, creamy white edge, or what have you. So yeah, let's go ahead and take some more of this stuff. Now this stuff is worth its weight in gold, guys. I mean, you can pay high dollar for this, maybe Sprouts or something like that, for like a, you know, one of those gigs for like a mushroom tea or something. And ooh, you see that right there?
Mm-hmm.
Some sort of other critter in it eating at it. They like the reishis, that's for sure. We're gonna go ahead and take one more. We'll probably leave the rest for the critters.
Nice. You still left a lot. Oh.
Whew!
What's going on under there?
Some gunky gunk. Some stinky stink. I don't know. I'm uncertain. I would assume something is just eating on it. If I had to guess, but yeah, reishis. I wish we would have caught them maybe a day or two earlier. Looks like they were
shiny
yeah,
sheen.
they were starting to go sour a little bit, but that's still plenty we're leaving for the rest of the world. Yeah, hopefully that spreads its royal oats all around. And in combination with the turkey tail, we got us a pretty good haul. Definitely some good tea ingredients. So check these out. We'll get you another look at them, and we'll show you what they look like washed up as well.
And we'll show our tea, of course.
Oh yeah, and we'll show you what's going on with the tea. All right, so we have actually found a mulberry. We were just talking about the Osage orange a minute ago and how they look similar. The hedge apple, horse apple. Yeah, and you can see the similarities here. That this a lot more fuzzy, right? The mulberry's a lot more of a fuzzy feeling, a lighter leaf, right? Very very soft and papery. And then you can see here the mulberry also for some reason has like different shaped leaves. This one kind of looks like a ragweed leaf, like the dinosaur foot we were talking about earlier. Although, you know, it's coming directly off of a tree. You can see the mulberry tree here. So we know it's not that, but yeah, you know, weird variations in the leaves. And
It's like they start out with 3 projections on the leaf, and then they eventually morph into 2 and then 1.
When the tree gets older.
See, look, you can
Got
see.
some really big mulberry leaves here. They get way bigger, obviously, but you know, you can kind of get a feel for what we're working with. And there is not any thorns on the tree as well. Something else to take note of.
So if you see here, some of them have 3 prongs, but they eventually like here's a 4 prong one, but they eventually morph into 2, like this, and then they go into 1. Very interesting and quite an enigma.
Oh yeah. And with the mulberries, y'all, we're not sure if this is a white or a red or, you know, all the different types of mulberries there are. We're not sure which one. However, we know definitely be watching out for mulberries when those the actual berries of the mulberry are about. Delicious, juicy, and big. We're going to be growing a mulberry tree on our property as well, so that's something to look forward to. I believe it's a, what is it, everbearing mulberry? What's the variety? Everlasting something.
Everlasting, I think.
Something like that. We'll share. That's going to go ahead and conclude this episode of fall fishing and foraging. I really hope y'all like that. This is going to be a long video, but that's okay, right? You know, you got to learn a few things, even if you're not that into foraging, even if you're not that into fishing. You probably saw a little bit of both and learned a few things. And if you didn't learn anything, then maybe you weren't watching too close, or you know everything. And if you do know everything, I want you to tell me and Lindsay what those 2 mysterious plants were, right? If you're an expert and you're watching this, let us know.
Even if you're not an expert, you might, you know, just only know what those 2 plants are. Let us know. Let us know, you know, what those plants were. Hope y'all enjoyed. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again soon.